All right, yo, go bells. I don't know if you hear me, but basically, I'm just gonna wait for people to come in, and then I'll start with the intro. I'll say everything, blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. I hate the Miami Heat so damn much, bro. Like you don't understand how much I hate this team, bro. This. Yo, your shit is so staticky, and also don't try to get us clipped, bro. The hell? All right. Oh, whoa, whoa, okay, okay, okay. It's a parade inside my shit. Yeah. Uh, see, I knew someone was about to do this shit. I knew someone was about to do this shit. Like, did you not see that this dude's like whole damn like ankle was gone? Like, this man couldn't run. I'm sure you saw that. I'm sick as fuck too. Like, I'm genuinely like, cause like. Honestly, if this is the case, like, I'm all for it. Like, I know a lot of people like hate Boston and stuff. So like all that shit, like, you know what? Like, do your thing. Like, I understand why you hate Boston. So like if it comes to like, like the Celtics, the history, all that stuff, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. And oh, you're wild, bro. You're wild for this shit. But uh J bro, bro. hey, hey, I'm gonna let all y'all get these takes off, bro. Cause like y'all get on me. Like not y'all specifically, but like the whole world. They think I'm like the biggest, most egregious Jaylen Brown hater in like the world. Like people just think that like I am like this like just the pinnacle of hatred for this guy. The thing. I oh, thank you, thank you. Actually, this wasn't me. This was like all work done by Mustard this time. So shout out to Mustard, bro. He might be popping into the stream a little bit, but yeah. But to get back to like this Jaylen Brown thing, I do want to clarify to everybody. Like, yes, yes, I'm a Jaylen Brown hater because I'm low on his abilities because I don't think he's that like spectacular compared to other guys. If you want to say I'm a hater in that regard, fine by me. But when it comes to like actually like evaluating Jaylen Brown and keeping him in like areas where like he is like in that range like of like like the good second options in the league, I actually do that. But there's like people out there like y'all have seen there are people out there like last year there are people saying Marcus Smart was better than Jaylen Brown. I never stooped to that level, even though it is funny to troll him and do that shit. I never stooped to that level. So you see what I mean? Like, but for now, like all of that aside, like just like just to clear my name of the JB hatred, I do want to say one thing. Ni hao, Jaylen Brown. Ni hao. We dude, like Derek White, Derek White, honestly, shout out to you, bro. You are a fucking hero, bro. You deserve all the praise in the world. You deserve all the credit, bro, just for being you. Because it's the one thing I liked about Derek White, like just even though like Boston lost, he was actually consistently showing heart the whole time. Shout out to you, Derek White. Shout out to you. Wait, hold on. Let me see, Eric. Like, totally fair criticism of JB. Bro, he was horrific. He could not buy a three and is a threat to dribble the ball off his foot every time he goes left. At this point, I don't even think it's going left. I think it's just in general. Because one of the things that I was talking with, NMZ, shout out to NMZ, my guy. And also, I was listening from like other podcasts, like when they were talking about analysis, is that Jaylen Brown has a tough or like the reason they put these like 6'2" guards like Gabe Vincent, like Kyle Lowry, like and they're ball pressuring the hell out of JB is because he's bigger than them, but also there's more room to steal the ball. Because chat, y'all know this. If you go against a bigger guy who likes to dribble, the pocket to like steal the ball is bigger because like you have all that room and you're small as hell and you can just like the thing is it's like forget about the fact that like he's just bigger than them and that he just can't dribble like effectively that like you just need to do like as like a second option. That's been a consistent issue we've had all time, like all the time. And honestly, like I do want to say that it is somewhat having to do with that wrist injury that he had in 2021, because before that I thought he was like on the come up, but at this point it just seems like he's just inept to doing that. Like we get it, he has small hands, like I'm about to sound like Stephen A. Smith. He has small hands, he doesn't know what to do with the ball. Like remember when Stephen A did that? Like genuinely his hands are small as shit. Like, you gotta hey bro, look, you know what's the thing too, like I don't even want to slander this guy. Like y'all think I'm just like what's the funny part? Jaylen Brown is one of the people that like even though I hate on, I don't even care enough to hate on. Like now Jimmy Butler, that's different. Jimmy Butler is different. Kevin Durant is different. I'm trying to think of like other guys that like I hate on, but like Steph sometimes. But actually, Steph's one of those guys that I don't care for. But seriously, like Jaylen, I don't even target him. Like I don't like to target him, like compared to like the other guys. But oh my god, bro, like it's just like he just does it to himself. Like y'all, like chat, y'all know that meme. Y'all know that meme. It's like just smile politely and wave. Like we're experiencing mental illness. I'm being serious when I say this. Like I have to lower my standards when it comes to watching Jaylen Brown, and I just got to be like this anytime he does something. Like I'm telling you, chat. Anytime he has the ball, bro, just smile and wave, and just be ready to run back on defense. Hey, bro. I'm about to say, bro. This man's like, I want a super max. Like, really, like, you really want a super max after this? And like, I also tweeted it out too. Forget about the fact that Jaylen Brown like wants the super max. He should never step in Boston like wearing like the number 7 as a Celtic ever again. I'm being serious. Go be a first option or second option in Atlanta. Go to Portland. You know what? You're actually a smart person off the court. Go be like a philanthropist or like what is that word called where like people just like to help people and stuff? What is philanthropy? Um yeah, like be a philanthropist. Why not? Like go be a philanthropist. Do anything. Like just do not be a Boston Celtic next year. And Brad Stevens, I'm watching you, bro. I'm watching you for because I'll say this. It's one thing to bring him back, but if you give him that goddamn supermax without him proving anything, like I'll say this. If Jaylen Brown can fix those off-ball defensive issues, and if he can fix that weak-ass fucking handle, fine. Give him the supermax. I don't care. Do it. But he hasn't shown it yet. And until then, if you give him that goddamn $300 million, like JT, I do like that you're in. I'm about to say, dude, like you care about the world and stuff. Go be a sociologist. Go be a social. Chat. You know what's the thing? I actually aspire to be a licensed clinical social worker. Go join my field, JB. Like, let's both like save the world together as LCSWs. Let's do it, bro. But no, you know what's the crazy part? I actually wasn't. Like I actually, because like y'all think that like my hatred for Jaylen Brown is deeper than like my fandom for JT. It's not. Like I actually like JT more than I hate Jaylen Brown. And even then, I don't even say I'm like this Jaylen Brown super hater. But again, like all that aside, like it's just like I just I just can't. Like I don't know where to start, bro. I really don't know where to start. Like this. Like, thank you, bro. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Brent. Like Jaylen Brown in this series, who you said RJ Barrett was. 55 true shooting on 20 versus JB 19. Oh, and also Brent, another key thing too. Do you want to know 2 key things? One, RJ had worse spacing, like completely worse spacing. Or no, actually, I got 3 things. One, RJ had completely worse spacing than Jaylen Brown. Like literally, our team is just a bunch of like hustle guys that make shots when we're in rhythm, like from 3. We have no spacers, like so, like that. Number 2, RJ's playmaking. Like there's levels to this. Like I joke and say that RJ was an elite playmaker in the playoffs, but his playmaking was genuinely insane in the playoffs. Like, and especially better than Jaylen Brown's. Like he could actually make reads. That's number 2. And number 3, this is the key one. his first, like RJ's best player is not near Jaylen Brown's best player. Like, can we all agree, chat? Like, I love Jalen Brunson to death. Jalen Brunson, you're one of my favorite players of all time, but you're nowhere near Jason Tatum as a player. Like, come on, bro. Like, Jaylen Brown had all of this, and he couldn't be better than RJ Barrett. Chat, like I said before, that like if Julius Randle, if we had any second option that wasn't Julius Randle, we'd be in the conference finals. You know, at this point, I have forgot to preface. If we had any second option that wasn't Julius Randle or Jaylen Brown, we'd be in the conference finals or the finals. Like, bro, my God, bro, this dude is just one of one. And also, like, I'll do this. If y'all are like, oh, you're getting on Jaylen Brown too much, like, Chad, y'all are getting on Jaylen Brown too much. Like, why are y'all hating on him, bro? Like, he's just good. Like, yeah, I'm about to say, like, 8 Kobe, bro. Get on, like, leave 8 Kobe alone. Do you guys want to know what Jaylen Brown did today? I got it right here. 19 points. By the way, this is an eliminate. This is game 7 of the conference finals to save Boston's season. They dug back up in a hole from 3-0. Jaylen Brown was also like the main or the one of the biggest reasons for why the Celtics even went down 3-0 to begin with. Like Jaylen Brown put up 19 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. Good shit. You stuffed the stat sheet, and you want to know what he shot from the field? Do y'all really want to know what he shot from the field? 8 of 23. You mean to tell me that we shouldn't get on this dude's ass for shooting 35% from the field? And 1 of 9 from 3. Unfucking believable, bro. And no, chat. I forgot to save the best part of it for last. Y'all ready?
Oh man.
Y'all know what's the best part? 8 turnovers. Unreal, bro. This dude is horrible, bro.
Bro.
Go ahead. No, I'll even give you the solo layout. Go ahead, Mustard.
Hey, no, you can't give me so. Well, you know it doesn't matter. This nigga Jaylen Brown is garbage. Hot dog water. Cabbage Patch Kids. This guy is trash, and I'm getting so sick because all year I was trying to tell niggas that he is the most overrated player in the NBA. This guy is at risk of ruining a franchise with a $300 million extension because he made an All-NBA team. And that's the problem with these stupid-ass All-NBA teams. You give it to niggas that don't deserve it. Niggas like Rudy Gobert who are crippling the Minnesota Timberwolves. Niggas like Jaylen Brown who's going to cripple some organization with an overpaid contract.
Rudy would actually play defense, though, in the playoffs. Unlike
I don't give a shit, man. I'm not trying to talk about that sorry-ass French nigga. This guy, Jaylen Brown, sucks. He sucks. He doesn't know how to dribble. He can't make to save his life. He's a terrible off-ball defender. I don't give a shit about what he does on ball. In the playoffs, off-ball defense has so much more value. He is trash.
But Mustard, JB's clutch.
I don't give a fuck how clutch he is. Y'all niggas sat there and overrated him because he played less ass than Jason Tatum in the finals last year. You niggas sit here and you tell me he's the most consistent player on the Celtics. No, he's not. He's trash.
Thank you.
He's trash. I'm tired of you niggas giving him a pass. Just because he's dark-skinned and Tatum's light-skinned, y'all niggas think that this guy got the dog in him. He's trash. Go ahead, Sherman. I'm tired of this shit, bro.
No,
I'm tired of
Mustard. Do you want to know something crazy? Jaylen Brown for these series. Oh yeah, hold up. My bad. Let me get my shit ready. But Jaylen Brown. Yeah. No. Thank you for already prefacing it. Jaylen Brown was 19 points per game on 46.4% true shooting, Mustard. And this guy wants
This guy
wants
sucks.
$300 million. Mustard, do you actually want to know something even funnier?
What's up?
Jaylen Brown had more field goal attempts than points
In the series?
in this series.
Oh my God. This
He
guy
had
had 8
100
turnovers today. This guy had 8 turnovers by just trying to get by his man. Just trying to get by his man. This guy turned it over 8 times. 8 times. Anytime he goes left, it's an automatic turnover. Actually, anytime he goes either way, it's an automatic turnover. This guy stinks. He's not good at the game of basketball. Obviously, we're exaggerating when we're saying some of this stuff, but there's truth to all of what we're saying right now. Because y'all niggas sit here and y'all overlook his flaws because he can have 20 points in a game that Tatum has 10. And y'all will sit there and say, he's the most consistent player on the Celtics. No, he's not. No, he is not.
He's not more consistent than Marcus Smart. I don't care, bro.
The most consistent player on the Celtics this year was not Marcus Smart, wasn't Tatum, wasn't JB. It was Derek White. He was the most consistent player on this team. I cannot stand this nigga. Jaylen Brown is actually the worst defender out of all out of all their starters, like legitimate players. I mean, maybe not Grant Williams, but he's the worst defender out of all their legitimate players on this roster. He's worse than Derek White on defense. He's worse than Tatum on defense. He's worse than Marcus Smart on defense. He's worse than Rob Will on defense, and he's even worse than Al Horford on defense.
And Al was horrible today, bro.
But Al, I've just accepted. He's at that age now. Now. Remember how we used to ask all the time, "Oh, when's Al Horford gonna take that like dramatic fall off?" I think now is like it's getting to that time. Getting to that. So I'm not even gonna kill Al Horford too much because at the end of the day, like he shouldn't even have crazy expectations. Like his longevity at this stage in his career is actually like pretty crazy that he could lock up the MVP in the last round. You feel me? So like. I'm not going to kill Al Horford too much.
But that's because he's the Embiid stopper. Like, we all know he's the Embiid stopper.
I mean, but still, for him to do it 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and now he's doing it again later in his career when Embiid's even better.
Remember this?
Yes.
Oh, wait, you see it, right?
I remember that. I remember when Stevo said he was better than Anthony Edwards and Paul George.
He's not better than both.
As much as I've been sitting on Paul George, he's not better than Paul George.
Paul George would never go out like this. At least.
Actually, I don't know about that.
Actually, now that I think about it, okay, I'll say he would go out like okay. I'll preface. He would go out like this, but he wouldn't do it for the whole series.
Yeah, I was about to say, he'd have a couple crazy games actually, not even just good games.
Yeah, like he'll have like 2 good games in there and like stick it up the rest.
I wouldn't even say good. Paul George be having like crazy games in the playoffs sometimes. I won't even lie.
No, Mustard, do you remember early on in the season with the Jaylen Brown, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander fucking talks? Oh my God. And y'all know what's crazy, chat? I'm not even like this SGA
This guy made an all-NBA. I don't think people understand. The Celtics are about to trade this man, and he is about to cripple some team into getting the first overall pick because of his contract.
Bro,
I'm telling y'all niggas, if Jaylen Brown was on the fucking Spurs this year, they still would have got Wemby. They still would have got Wemby, bro.
Hey, Mustard, I said this from the get-go, bro. Like, remember when I was jokingly saying in the pod a while ago, like, if Jaylen Brown is your first option, like, he's going to team up with Wemby next year? Dude, at this point, like, I might not have been joking. Like, honestly.
This guy is trash, bro. And like, obviously, people are going to take what we're saying a little too literal. Obviously, we don't mean he's actually a trash player. But you guys give him expectations and put him on pedestals that he just doesn't belong on. And when these performances happen, it doesn't surprise me. These are the same problems that we have seen since last year. They're the same problems we saw since last year. And honestly, I was even thinking about this. Like, when you look at Jaylen Brown's career, it actually makes sense that he struggles as a ball handler and playmaker because earlier on in his career, they had a boatload of ball handlers. And even now,
Yo, Mustard, you cut out. Mustard cut out completely, but like I could add on to Mustard's point. Basically, it's like this: Boston's always had like a boatload of like ball handlers in Jason Tatum, Gordon Hayward, Marcus Smart. Like even in some instances, like y'all remember before, Terry Rozier used to be one of the ball handlers at the time. Kyrie Irving, Marcus Morris. Like whether Marcus Morris is good or not. Now, in like the later transition of the Celtics after like the Kyrie like phase, they used to have Jason Tatum.
Yo, can you hear me?
Marcus. Yeah, we can hear you. Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon now. Like, yes, Malcolm Brogdon is hampered, but like Jaylen Brown has had a boatload of like on-ball creators, and it's not even. And people like to say like Boston's like the best shooting team in the league or stuff. It's not even that. Boston just has a bunch of very sound.
Hey, but to be fair, they do. They have a lot of really good connectors. But to be fair, like I was even thinking about this the other day. I think that Jaylen Brown, something that ironically has helped him, has also kind of hurt him, and that is like the boatload of ball handlers and creators he's had at his disposal in his career. Like earlier on, he had Kyrie. He was he had Gordon Hayward for a little bit, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum. You know, a couple
Terry
of these
Rozier
guys, Terry Rozier. You know, like he's had like, and then Derek Wright this year, who's not like a ball handler per se, but he's like a really he's like a really decent like handler. I would say he's like a good passer, connector kind of player. But like he's had like a boatload of these guys, and it's like kind of like never been a real requirement for him to handle the ball and play make for others, because he's had a boatload of other creators. Even if you want to say they're not like elite playmakers per se, like they still have given him like the luxury of not having to take that responsibility. So I think that really has hurt his development. But like, I'm gonna be real, even in that finals last year, people they hang on to the fact that he was better than Jason Tatum in the finals, which is arguable. But hey, fine, he was better shit than
It was
Jason
a shit off.
Tatum.
It was a shit off.
It was a shit off. And it's like, if you see the issues in his game, it goes back to even in that finals. And it's crazy to me how y'all overlooked it because y'all just wanted to shit on Jason Tatum. Y'all wanted to shit on Jason Tatum, so you overlooked his flaws, and now you have this as the result. An 8-turnover game in the game 7 where he gets outplayed by Caleb Martin throughout the entire series.
Oh, Mustard, actually, let me bring that up for you. You know, thank you for transitioning into that point. Let's actually talk about number one.
Go ahead. I'm still here. I'm still here. Go ahead. I'm mute myself for a little bit.
All good. Like, it's not just Caleb Martin, but the true Eastern Conference Finals MVP, if we're actually being 100% honest with ourselves, because that guy really should have like held that trophy. But we know basketball politics, big names, like undrafted, not big known guys. Like, that's really what it is, bro. Like, dude, fuck the NBA for that shit. Like Caleb Martin, like forget about my Jimmy Butler hate. Like I would actually want like, you know, like just like a guy that came out of nowhere to actually hoist a trophy. Like that would look so cool. Like looking into history, like imagine just like you're like, oh, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, like, you know, like Giannis, and then out of nowhere you see Caleb Martin. Like let's actually talk about Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin for the whole series, like he consistently did this, bro. 19 points per game on and somebody said it right there, 73.8 true shooting, bro. You not only did you like shoot the lights off, bro, you outplayed the living fuck out of Jaylen Brown, bro. Like you genuinely outplayed him, bro. Like peep this, bro. Chat, y'all want to know what's crazy? Between Jaylen Brown and Caleb Martin, there's a 27% true shooting difference between Caleb Martin and Jaylen Brown. And one guy was much more consistent than the other. And y'all want to use that bullshit of like, oh, Jaylen Brown like gets harsher coverages. He didn't. Jason Tatum is the one that got harsher coverages. The only reason it looked harsh on Jaylen Brown is because he can't dribble. Like, if we're being honest, bro. But they faced the same shit, and Caleb Martin torched the other defense better than Jaylen Brown did right now. And also, chat, I'll even go out, like, not only is he the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, like, let's just call a spade a spade. Caleb Martin was the second best player in the Heat Celtics series, because I still think Jason Tatum was the best player in the series. I think Caleb Martin is number 2. Jimmy Butler is 3. So let's actually like talk about like how Caleb Martin is just amazing. And honestly, bro, shout out to you, bro. You just had one of the most phenomenal like series from like a role player in a while. You stepped up every single game. You just consistently showed that you're just a great player. Can you win? Yeah, 100%. You can 100% win with Marcus Smart as your starting point guard. Like, the Boston Celtics were 2 wins away last year with Marcus Smart as your starting point guard, bro. I promise you, you can win with him. It's just like, you know, if anything, it's not even Marcus Smart. It was actually his co-star that like, you know, screwed up everything by not being good. Like, if we're being 100% honest with ourselves, like, oh, actually, hold on, here it is. Like, bro, like, peep this, bro. Marcus Smart could actually shoot the 3 this series, unlike Jaylen Brown, by the way. I'm just saying, bro, like Marcus Smart like is a much better defender and like all that. Like, and I'm not even trying to make it into a Marcus Smart like Jaylen Brown debate, but you can 100% win with Marcus Smart as your starting point guard, like for like an NBA championship. 100%. Honestly, yes. I do want to give Gabe Vincent love too. And also, I just want to say overall this. Like, fuck the Miami Heat, number one. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them, bro. They this is just boring as fuck. I'm sorry. I know Heat fans. I'm sorry. I'll say this. I'll give credit to this. I'll give credit to the role players, except Kyle Lowry because he's dirty as fuck. Role players, Spo, and then some of y'all fans. Sure, y'all want fans. Y'all want some love. Fine, here, congrats, you're in the NBA Finals. But Spo, every role player except Kyle Lowry, and then fucking some fans. Congrats to y'all. Y'all deserve all the praise because I actually think y'all are cool. Y'all are cool and stuff. But fucking Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, bro, why should they get praise? So someone actually be real with me. Okay, I'll say this. Now, if you want to say Bam's the anchor of the defense, fine. But seriously, why the hell should Jimmy and Bam get praise for this series after game 3? What the hell did they do to get praise after this series for this series? Especially Bam especially Jimmy Butler. Because you know why I think that Caleb Martin is just as high as Jimmy to get that Eastern Conference Finals MVP? He's a much better shot maker than him this series. And you know what's the crazy part about this too? Y'all want to use this bullshit of Jimmy's a first option. He got harsher coverages. He's getting single coverage. He's getting treated like he's not a superstar. Bro, Caleb Martin, yes, he's getting single coverages, but who cooked better in the single coverages? Thank you. And thank you. Talk about that for Jimmy Butler, bro. All these garbage time buckets. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm not you think I'm counting any single one of that? Hell no, bro. I'm not counting any of that shit, bro. Y'all know what's crazy, chat? If y'all actually paid attention to this game, I'm pretty sure y'all did. All of Jimmy Butler's buckets were literally after a fifth, when it's anywhere from 13 and up. And do you know what that is? Empty. No. Yeah. No, hold up. You're saying he's slander. I literally said it right now. Some of you fans, Spo, and the role players, except Kyle Lowry, y'all can get all the praise in the world. Y'all can get everything you want. Y'all deserve your flowers. Good shit. Shout out to Duncan Robinson. You did great this series. You revived yourself. Good job. Shout out to Gabe Vincent looking like Allen Iverson for some reason. Why? I don't know. You just want to look good. Like being on the court and stuff. Look at this. 16 points. Yo, chat, peep this. Gabe Vincent, 16 points a game in this series on 51% from 3 on 5 attempts. God damn, bro. Dude, shout out to you. And you only play 6 games. Good shit. Dude, I'm serious, bro. Thank you. Talk about it, bro. Caleb Martin, every time he made a shot, it just felt like just a shotgun to the chest. It genuinely just hit like a truck. But I'm telling you, shout out to Gabe, shout out to Caleb Martin. I know there was somebody else that I wanted. Oh yeah, I said shout out to Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry, and also I'll say this: even though he rarely played, for the time he did, shout out to Haywood Highsmith. You had really good defensive burn in that. You were you're just a lengthy wing defender, and you bothered Jason Tatum a lot. Good job out there. Haywood Highsmith. And also, we got to give, obviously, the biggest praise of them all. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. You almost fumbled by choking that 3-0 lead, but you're the best coach in the NBA for a reason. You completely neutralized this team with your perfect usage of the zone. Because chat, I was watching Jason Tim on the volume before. Shout out to him. He has really good analysis. He mentioned a point about Miami's zone where Spo does it to where he throws teams off their rhythm with the zone. He doesn't use it as an actual form of a defensive just of a complete defensive use all the time. Not how drop coverage, ice, whatever the case. He throws zone just to trick and just throw a team off rhythm, whether they're really rolling offensively. And Spo, he always knew at the perfect moment when to not use the zone anymore, so that way the NBA team wouldn't figure it out immediately. And Boston could never beat the zone this series. Shout out to you, Spo. You did a really good job in this series. Great job. You almost you almost lost to Greg Popovich reincarnated and Joe Mazzulla for some reason after game 3 because Mazzulla wanted to be a good coach all of a sudden. But you did a really good job this whole series with your implementations of the zone and just like being able to get the best out of like your role players. And also knowing when to use like certain role players in certain moments, like how Duncan Robinson ran the offense when Jimmy Butler was being a trash ass player in game 6 that nobody ever wants to talk about because it's like, oh my God, Jimmy's clutch. Oh, Jimmy's clutch. Like, fuck out of here, bro. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way for like Spo and stuff. So congrats to the Miami Heat. Like seriously, like y'all did a great job. Like hats off to y'all. Y'all get all your flowers. But also like I do want to mention like about Jimmy Butler because chat, if I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, I was not moved by Jimmy Butler in the slightest this series. Like after game 2, this dude genuinely like actually look at Jimmy Butler after game 2 this series. He was genuinely pathetic. Like people like to use the injury excuse. People like to use the fucking like hey, thank you, Go Bells. Thank you, Go Bells. Fuck the Heat. Honestly, fuck the Heat. Fuck the Heat. Chat, say it with me. Fuck Miami. Fuck Miami. And when we do like a chant, it's like, yeah, like nah, but to go back to like what I was saying, Jimmy Butler was honestly pathetic, like after game 2. And like people like to use the injury excuse. Like they like to pull like the 3 excuses that I like to make. Cause chat, if y'all know the 3 excuses, I always go by injuries, playmaking, defense. The 3 biggest excuses whenever a player is doing horrible. Jimmy's defense obviously was a calling card because we know his reputation, even though he was a blow by in this series that nobody ever wants to talk about. Jimmy was getting blown by like that. Like nobody ever talks about it. And then also, of course, the injury. Like, oh, Jimmy's ankle. Like it's literally hobbling. Like remember the Knicks series? Like where Jimmy's like fucking ankle was hurting? Do y'all know what he did the game after he came back from that ankle injury? Like he literally tore it up. Like, what the fuck? Like, man, fuck out of here with that shit. And we throw harsher coverages at Jimmy Butler than the fucking like Boston Celtics did. So, like, if anything, y'all want to use that bullshit? Yeah. Hey, thank you, Go Bells. Like y'all, bro, y'all ever play pickup and like you know how like there's like that one guy that has like long ass arms and he's a lazy defender and you get by him, but he always does that thing where like let's say your back is here, he'll reach from behind and just poke the ball out. That's what the fuck Jimmy Butler was doing the whole damn series. Lazy ass on ball defense. Great off ball defense though. Shout out to you with that. But like, hey, bro. But I'm telling you, hey, if y'all watched MJ when he was like in his like prime, like MJ gambled a lot for steals. Except the difference is this: MJ actually had a motor, like defensively all the time, even on ball. Unlike this Clint Capella variant the whole damn series. But I'm just saying, y'all didn't hear that from me. Hey, it 100% worked against Jaylen Brown, bro. Yes, it 100%. And I'll say this. You know what? I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt. I was doubting Miami, but also it was more so coming from a place of hate because fuck them, bro. I hate the Heat culture. I hate all that shit, bro. That shit annoying to me. But for Spo, the top end talent, and like like the shooting. Like, I never really had a doubt. Actually, no, I doubted the shooting. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I didn't doubt the shooting. I doubted the shooting. But for Spo and the top-end talent, I believed in it. But with that, with that in mind, like, dude, wait, hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. Yo, y'all should have seen it, bro. I almost got attacked. No, I'm just joking. I didn't almost get attacked. But I wanted to get back on this like Clint Capella variant. So Jimmy Butler for the series, like chat, if y'all want to know, like this scary like playoff player, MJ's son. Oh my god, like y'all, like he's gonna destroy the league. Like he's a playoff riser. I'm so scared of Jimmy Butler. This dude for the series, 24.7 points per game. Like, ooh, 7.5 rebounds, 6 assists. 2.6 steals. You know why? Because he does that bullshit wraparound steal, even though he's already given up blow-bys. So like really like inflated stats if we're being real. But you know what I mean? Like this dude doing all that shit. And bro, chat. This man didn't even crack 45% from the field. And I know field goal percentage. Oh, why are you using field goal percentage? That's so lame. And thank you, Saeed. Thank you, Saeed. Is that how you say your name? Saeed? However you say it. Thank you, bro. On 51% true shooting, bro. I calculated this bullshit, bro. You mean to tell me like y'all are scared? Like we're supposed to be like intimidated by 24.7 on like 52 true shooting? Like fuck out of here, bro. Lame ass shit. And then chat, I even did the due diligence of looking at Jimmy Butler after game 2. You mean to tell me I'm supposed to be afraid of this guy? 22 points per game on 50 true shooting after game 2. Loser. I don't care. That Eastern Conference Finals MVP is not yours, bro. Give that shit to Caleb Martin now.
It's facts. Yeah, I'm back for a little bit. I'm picking up my wings right now. Let me tell y'all niggas something, bro. This nigga, yeah, I'm on my way to Pluckers right now. I'm picking up my wings, bro. Wait, what you talking about right now? Caleb Martin?
No, we're talking about like how mid Jimmy Butler was for the series.
Oh, Jimmy Butler, bro. I've been telling y'all niggas every single round this nigga been getting worse. This nigga been getting worse. And you want to know why? Because he's actually getting real defensive coverages, bro. Unlike that fucking fake ass coverage. What?
Hold up. I just saw this. Consider how much. No, bro, he's not getting guarded like that. I swear to God, bro, these are 6'4" guards in
in this series, there have been times he's been getting way more like attention than he was in that Bucks series. Oh no, I agree. Jimmy Butler, I think these playoffs, y'all need to understand. Jimmy Butler is just not an offensive player that teams really care about. He's not. That's why whenever he has these crazy games, and granted, they're great games and great performances, but the reason that people really cared about that Bucks series performance, like if Steph Curry did that against the Bucks, we would be like, okay, that's Steph Curry. But for Jimmy Butler, because the bar is so low for him as an offensive player, that's why we look at that and we're like, damn, is that one of the greatest performances of all time? You feel me? Like we gas Jimmy Butler because the bar is lower compared to other stars in this league. Offensively, I hate to say it, but he's just not a player that you really got to worry about.
Hey, I must repeat this, bro. But hold up. My bad. He wants me to read Caleb Martin's stats for the series, and you know what? I got you, bro. Bro. Hold up.
Been updated right now or no?
19.3 rebounds, 6.4 assists.
Wait, rebounds?
Huh?
Points?
6.4 rebounds, and then
you said 19.3 rebounds.
No, 19.3. Okay. Hold up, I'll read it again. 19.3 points, 6.4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and Caleb Martin shot like 73 true shooting for the series. And also, by the way, y'all want to like Caleb Martin faced like this, that same single coverage bullshit that I keep talking about for Jimmy Butler. It was doing the same shit. It's just one guy was way more effective than the other. So, and if Jimmy Butler's like defense wasn't like this, like just god level defense that like I'm supposed to be intimidated by because he's just consistently doing these bullshit like just wrap around steals and stuff, lazy ass defense. I'm just saying like that Eastern Conference Finals MVP really should be going to one of the Martin twins, by the way, but that's just me.
I mean, we've been known. Jimmy Butler gets running back buckets, bro. He gets hustle nigga buckets. He gets putbacks. He gets lobs. He cuts to the rim. That's the kind of he gets fast break buckets. He's not the kind of nigga that's gonna create on the perimeter. He plays like Saquon Barkley if he made it to the NBA. That's what he plays like. And yes, Lil Trey, he must have saw my tweet. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo are the most bagless duo to ever make the NBA Finals. They've done it twice now. These niggas are bagless. They're bagless as fuck. These niggas got fanny packs. Duos.
Mustard, tell me this. Outside of a drive and pump fake, what other moves do Bam and Jimmy got?
Bro, let me say this about Bam, bro. Bam Adebayo has disgraced Nigeria for the last time. This guy, bro, there was a play that he knocked Marcus Smart down and what looked kind of questionable, and he had an open midi. It was like 12, 15-footer. Didn't even try to shoot the ball. This guy gets in the playoffs, Defensively, he's amazing. Even though he has his limits defensively as a rim protector with his size, even on the boards. But defensively, he's great for the most part. But this guy offensively turns into Rudy fucking Gobert. That's what he turns into. This guy is the Nigerian Gobert when he gets into the playoffs offensively. He can't score on mismatches. I saw Bam Adebayo in the playoffs have Pat Connaughton in the paint, and he couldn't score on him. He got blocked by Pat Connaughton. I will never be fooled by this nigga again. He has disgraced Nigeria too many fucking times. He's trash. That little mid-range that he be having in the regular season, that's the fakest shit I've ever seen in my life. Fakest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. He sucks. He sucks.
Wait, hold on, Mustard. Wait, Mustard, you're not moved by 15 points a game, Bam Adebayo?
That's no way he's still shooting. No way he still has 15 points a game after this series.
15? No, he shot. No, he was 15 points per game this series, but I think it was mainly because of games 1 through 3.
I knew he had a higher one, but I could have swore that shit has to have gone down after this game.
Wait, Mustard,
what did he have this game?
Wait, Mustard. Oh, wait, this game? I think he had like 12 points. I think. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, 12 points. Yeah. 12
what did he shoot though? He had to have shot like 4 of 30. 4
of 10 actually. He just.
Dog.
No, Mustard. It was really the 4 turnovers. He had 4 turnovers. That's what.
No. His scoring was bad today. Don't get it twisted, nigga. He must have hit some buckets whenever the game was really out of reach at that point. Because I could have swore there was a point in time in the game where he was like 2 of 7 or some shit. The guy, he's just not even like. It's gotten to the point where he's not even like aggressive. He's not even looking for his shot. And I understand he's struggling, but bro, you have a max contract, right? Does he have a max? Is it like a max or something damn near?
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Bam contract. I'm pretty. Okay, so he's 5 years, 163 mil. So it's like 32 mil.
So it's not a max. It's not a max.
32.5 mil a year.
I'll say this for a DPOY candidate, that's not that bad. But like, dude, I'm sorry, man. You're a franchise player. You're a franchise guy. Like, for a team that's already struggling offensively, they don't have already one of their better offensive players, even though I think Tyler Hero sucks. You still have to step up, bro.
Oh, and Bino is gone too.
You can't score on 6-foot niggas in the post.
Mustard, did you see that play where Derek White was right there with Bam and he didn't even jump that high and Bam smoked the layup?
Yes. Bro, Bam is smoked. Man, you have to describe because I've seen a lot of smoke layups from Bam.
It was like this. Like I'm pretty sure like Bam shook off like one other player and Derek White was the only guy at the rim and Bam just missed like the easiest bunny I've ever seen in my life.
This guy is trash. Give me a second. I'm finna go get my fucking wings. I'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Wait, hold up.
Bam sucks. He's a scam. He's a fool, and he represents everything bad about Nigeria because he's tricking niggas. He's tricking niggas, and he has disgraced Nigeria far too many times, bro. I'm out, bro. I'll be back.
No. Hey, yo, Mustard, you're so nasty, like, with this shit. Like, I'm not gonna go that far and say, like, he's disgracing a country or whatever, but that's, hey, Mustard's Nigerian. If he feels that way, sure, whatever. I don't even know, but hey, bro, hey, no. And also, like, I remember this, like, I was seeing King David in the chat mention earlier about how, like, you know, like, we're getting on Jimmy and Bam too much. We're scrutinizing their, like, bags too much and stuff. And you're, like, using references of, like, Kyrie, KD, CP3 and stuff. Well, here's the thing. Like, the main gripe that I have between, the main gripe I have between Jimmy and Bam compared to like other like star players is that they don't get the same defensive attention anywhere near like the KDs, the Kyries, the Jason Tatums for this series, because we've seen Jason Tatum and Jimmy Butler got guarded completely differently this series, completely differently. Like one guy was, you know, what's the crazy part too? Jason Tatum was hobbled, and they were still throwing harsh coverages at him. But like we saw, like two guys were getting completely different coverages this whole series. And not even just this whole series, but even like in the first round when Jimmy Butler was getting those Drew Holiday single coverages, Middleton single coverages, or like he was facing a Middleton hedge, like, oh no. Yeah, Bam brings effort. Like that's cool, but also another thing too. Like chat, y'all go, like I've always like I learned this like thing from somebody like where it says like push yourself but don't kill yourself. Like you know what I mean? Like you could push yourself to the limit, like you could push yourself to the limit and kill like, you know, like, but just don't go too hard, because at the same time it's just like, what is it gonna pan out to? Because like I didn't really see what Bam was panning out to with like all that egregious effort. Like sometimes you just got to be like very like technically sound with whatever you do. You got to get reps in. You got to actually be able to perform against like harsher coverages. And if you don't, then like sometimes you just don't got it like that. No, and wait, hold on. This is actually what I wanted to get into. Because here's my biggest gripe. I feel like what people are doing with this Miami Heat team is they are undervaluing Jimmy's supporting cast because of the names. Like, actually think about it. Like, when you what do the commentators say every single time the Miami Heat play and like one of these role players do something good? Undrafted. Look at this random guy. Look at this like third stringer. Like, they always say that shit. And do you know what I feel like it does? I feel like it two things. Number one, it makes Jimmy and Bam seem like they're like just the best things to ever happen since sliced bread. And number two, it devalues the player because it makes it seem like it's like, oh, look at these guys that like Spo, Jimmy, and Bam created. When in reality, like they have the abilities to like do everything that they did as well. Um, like, dude, like that's what I hate the most. Cause it's like, I'm sorry, bro, but like as much as you want to say that like they made them and stuff, like Caleb Martin genuinely like turning into Tracy McGrady this series. Like, that's just the abilities that he has. And also another thing too, you know what it really shows? The NBA is super talented. And for anybody that says, oh yeah, I could drop off this guy, I could drop off that guy in a 1v1, you will never touch like even like 2 points if they for real tried on you in a game of, up to 11. They will for real smoke the fuck out of you. Like, you do all ones, game to 11, they're actually trying, bro. You're not going to get anything off on any of these guys. Like, the league is that damn talented. And also, like these guys are just that good. Like, y'all saw that Mitchell Robinson offseason tape where like this dude is just like, and then he's just like knocking down threes. Like, yeah, and thank you, bro. Thank you, Ishi. Like, that's because that's the main thing that I wanted to get into, bro. Because it's like this Jimmy Butler carrying notion, like, dead it. It's a whole team effort. And chat, I always say this, bro. As farther the series goes on, it matters more about the team than it does about the individual player. Because look at the Miami Heat for an example. What happened in the first round? The individual player like just showed up and showed out in Jimmy Butler. Great job. Second round, what happened? It was more so the team coming in. Gabe Vincent coming in, Max Strus, like Jimmy Butler had his pitch-ins, Bam had his pitch-ins. Like, everybody, it was a whole team effort in the second round against the Knicks. And also Julius Randle is the worst thing to happen in life for New York. And then what happened in this conference finals? More of the team because Gabe Vincent did amazing. Caleb Martin, the real Eastern Conference Finals MVP, did amazing. And like Jimmy had his pitch-ins, even though he sucked, in my opinion, like for his standards. Bam, like he was an amazing defender. Spo coached a masterclass. Don't forget about Gabe Vincent. Like, he did his job too. And Duncan Robinson at a revival. Every round, it matters more about the team that you had. And I feel like what happens is people are just consistently undervaluing how good this Miami Heat team is because they all are a bunch of very good players connected together that are just doing a great job. And shout out to them in that regard. And y'all made the finals for that reason. But wait, what? Wait, Caleb Martin missed it. Wait, if you could do me a huge favor, bro. If you could do me a huge favor, tell me like who are the people that voted for Jimmy and who are the people that voted for, or like, yeah, who are the people that voted for Jimmy? Like, I actually want to like see like who actually voted for Jimmy. If it's really, if it's there, if you can do it for me, please. But if you can't, then it's all good. But because like I want to get on these people like who fucking voted for like Clint Capella because chat, like, I'm sorry, bro. I keep saying this, bro. I'm not moved by fucking Jimmy Butler this series. Oh, you got the screenshot? Like, read it out to me. Like, or I mean, type it out. Read it out to me. Like it's just so damn like annoying. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I just like I'm sorry, Chad. Like, I'm just flustered because who do I got in the forget my Miami hatred. Forget my Miami hatred. I said regardless of who was going to win between the Heat and the Celtics, that I would have the Denver Nuggets winning because both teams had a gruesome 6 to 7 game series. They had a gruesome 6 to 7 game series and they're fatigued. And also, guys, they're going to go against a fully rested Denver team. And also, Denver just like constructed as a team. I feel like from everybody in like that made the playoffs, I feel like they're the worst like matchup for them for Miami in every single way. like just the worst. Because number one, like who's gonna guard Michael Porter Jr. for the Miami Heat? If you have Jimmy on him, who's going to be your point of attack that's going to guard Jamal Murray? Like, what? Are you going to put, like, Gabe Vincent on him? Jamal's going to back him down into the post. Are you going to put Max Strus on him? Then Jamal Murray has enough quickness to get by Max Strus. And also, even then, Max Strus will get played off the court. Like, and thank you. Like, that's what I was going to say. Like, it really is, like, Nuggets in 5. So I think Nuggets in 5, it's going to be pretty brutal what the hell the Nuggets are going to do to them. But, like obviously, like analysis aside, like when it comes to agenda purposes, like I want Denver to obliterate this fucking team. Like I want them to like every game plus 15 win. I want like y'all know the score differential whenever they do it for a series. I want that shit to be like plus 100. And I want it to be like a 4 or 5 game series. I'm praying, bro. Like I want this Miami Heat team to get just destroyed on like the biggest stage. I would love that. And of course, you know, the biggest agenda purpose, of course, my guy Jokic. I want him to get that, like, you know, that NBA championship, that finals MVP. And if he destroys the Miami Heat, the greatest offensive player ranking of all time talks are going to be crazy, bro. I'm about to go crazy with the agendas, bro. Whew. Y'all won't be prepared for what I'm going to say if Jokic destroys it. Yeah, hey, bro, I want to work. I mean, here's the thing. Now, the LeBron Heat, I like LeBron, so like, you know, like I'm fine with it. And LeBron's an actual superstar. No, stop, Jimmy's a superstar, but actually, I don't know, bro. I mean, he was mid. You know, chat. Another thing too, Jimmy has been mid as fuck. Like after like the Milwaukee series, like he was pretty mid. And you know, yeah, I know people want to use that bullshit excuse of oh, like Jimmy's ankle, he rolled it in game 1 and he was out. If y'all saw game 3, bro, Jimmy tore it up after like resting for game 2 and going to Miami in game 3. The man's ankle was like fully healed, bro, like at the time. So y'all want to use that bullshit excuse of like, oh, Jimmy, like he's just like look, his ankle, like no, he's good. Chill out. But again, Hey, bro, Jokic. Hey, bro, you know what I mean, bro? Jokic trying to get that push, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I want, like, Jokic one of them ones, chat. Like, that's a real superstar. That's a real one right there. That's a real best in the world guy. That's a real playoff performer right there. I want that guy to hoist, like, the trophy. I want him to get the finals MVP. I want him to get everything. But, yeah, I want, like, agenda purposes, I want the Nuggets to obliterate this team every single game. Like, I want it to be a massacre, like, in the NBA finals. I really do. But yeah, I got Nuggets like pretty much in 5, like all seriousness. Like I don't feel like it's going to be a competitive series. And I feel like Denver's just like, actually think about it, bro. Like there's a lot of bad matchups for Miami everywhere. Cause think about it. They're a super small team going against a huge team. Cause like, look at this. The Nuggets, 6'4" starting point guard, 6'5" starting 2 guard, 6'10" starting like their 3-man. Their 4-man is 6'8", but he's like a tank. And then their center is a 7-foot guy who's like 300 pounds. While the Miami Heat have like what? 6'2", 6'4", 6'6", 6'7", like a 6'6", 6'7" guy, and Jimmy Butler. Who's their 4-man? Caleb Martin? Yeah, 6'5", and then a 6'9" center. Bro, it's like y'all remember? No, you know what it's gonna remind me of? Like when it comes to like physical discrepancies, excuse me, by the way, when it comes to physical discrepancies, like do y'all remember the 2020 Lakers against the Rockets? It's gonna be like that, but more gruesome. Because at least the 2020 Rockets were like like, you know, an offensive like machine because Harden was like that in 2020. Oh yeah, Bam is gonna see hell when Jokic is like gonna do his thing on offense, bro. Hey, bro, I will say this. No, you're right about that. They were huge and got obliterated in the paint, but I'm praying Mike Malone isn't a fucking idiot and plays single coverage on Jimmy Butler. Like he actually throws harsher coverages. He actually like throws in like, you know, like he mixes it up with like some like you know, like Jokic playing at the level and like, you know, just like Denver like you know, peel switching and Denver like, you know, scramming out like the shooters and stuff, running them off the line. Because at the same time, like at some point, like Denver just having a lot of size is just going to wear on Miami. And also, like, Miami's going to have to compromise. Like, Miami's going to have to compromise, like, for the fact that, like, Denver's huge by having bigger lineups. But then when they get Haywood Highsmith in, a negative offensive player, like, he's just going to tank the offense even more. And Denver's just going to keep going. Like, yeah, and this is the biggest one, too. This is the biggest part, too. Like, look at all the offenses. Look at all the offenses that the Miami Heat have faced. None of them are like this well-oiled machine in Denver who's consistent. They are going to have to face a team that's like going to consistently attack them. And also, this is the biggest calling card of them all, chat. The Mile High is virtually impossible to win in. Like, it's virtually, like, think about it. The Nuggets are the only team in the playoffs this year that are undefeated at home. Think about that. And we've seen how, like, everybody looks when they go to the Mile High. They're fatigued, they're exhausted, they're gassed. Like, we saw what happened like to the Nuggets Lakers in game 1, Nuggets Suns in game 1, Nuggets Timberwolves in game 1. It's just hard for teams to like really just go in there and compete. And especially for a Miami Heat team that likes to run a lot, bro, it's going to be difficult. Like, it is going to be difficult for Miami to hang in there in the Mile High. And I feel like that's why Denver's just going to obliterate them. And also, or like, that's like another calling card as well. And I just feel like MPJ is good. Like, if Jimmy Butler isn't guarding MPJ is going for 20 plus points a game for the finals. Hell, he might even fuck around and get 25 a game. Like I'm telling you, Joe. Like, the altitude is really difficult. Didn't people? Hell no, bro. If y'all saw the Philly series and y'all saw like the tail end of the Atlanta series, bro, I promise you when I say this, nobody was saying that shit. Nobody was saying that bullshit, bro. I promise you, bro. People just said Boston, like, they like when they click, they're good. But the thing is, when would they? Like, you know what I mean? Like, when would Boston actually click? But yeah, I feel like if it's like Heat Nuggets, like Heat Nuggets, like, I just feel like it's just not a great matchup in the slightest. Now, if Miami were to win, the best bet would have to be that it would have to come down to like an effort kind of thing. And also, they would have to abuse the non-Jokic like minutes, because that's good, because that's also been like a key thing for Denver for why they've been successful in the postseason, because the non-Jokic minutes they've actually been pretty effective in them. But if Miami is able to capitalize on that situation, bro, they'll definitely like be able to like have a shot. Like, if they could do that. And also another thing too, Bam has to fry Jokic like offensively. Like, I'm serious. Like, actually look at it. Brook Lopez, Mitchell Robinson, Al Horford, Rob Williams, Isaiah Hartenstein, Giannis. These are all good defenders. Good defenders. Jokic is a neutral defender, in my opinion. Bam has to take over against Jokic. They might do something where like they might have like some like, you know, like Aaron Gordon and like have like Jokic shading and just like have Jokic tag Jimmy Butler. Nah, that'd be funny as hell, Chad. Imagine like they just have Jokic on Jimmy Butler. Nah, but like, imagine that shit. That would actually be funny as fuck. But honestly, like I feel like Bam, he has to dominate against Jokic offensively. Oh shit, my bad. But like, you know, Bam, bro, come on, bro. Like, he's shown in the regular season to like have some success against like attacking Jokic, but also like the Nuggets were hampered like against Miami in some of those games, because like y'all remember like Vlatko was starting, I think AG or Michael Porter Jr. was out, Jamal wasn't playing because Bruce Brown started, so it's gonna like, yeah, and I'm serious, like it has to go in, bro. But also, Chad, like that's the best way. Is Hero coming back? I actually don't know. Do I think he'll come back? Probably. I feel like he'll come back around game 3, like in Miami. He'll be there in Miami, but it's really up in the air of like whether he's going to be there or not. I would bank on him being there, but yeah, Bam would have to dominate. Jimmy Butler, like, he's going against Aaron Gordon, but also Nuggets are going to throw a bunch of harsher coverages at him. They're going to actually try to make him work. So if Jimmy still has that magic, bro, he's got to make something work. And Like that's that. And Gabe Vincent has to like come in as like a shot creator because he can't attack Jamal Murray because Jamal's defense hasn't been the craziest thing this postseason. But there's that. And I feel like if Miami does all that, they have a shot. They could have a shot at beating Denver. I just don't think it's gonna happen at all. The Heat need to win a ring. No, they don't, bro. I will not be there no matter what. By the way, that's the thing, chat. If Miami wins, number one, I'm gonna be salty as shit, and number two, I am not gonna be there. The pod, we're not gonna talk. You know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? If Miami wins the finals, we're just gonna go straight to the offseason and just be like, what should these teams do? Like, there ain't no congratulations, there ain't no shout out to you, there ain't no blah 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 blah. Like, ain't nobody getting credit here. We just gonna go straight to the off season. But like all seriousness, like I just don't think it's gonna happen. And Jimmy, top 3 Heat of all time. Respect Alonzo Mourning, by the way. He was serious. But like AEO chat, y'all remember when people were saying that Jimmy was a better Heat player than LeBron James after the first round? Because of his whole tenure. Like, he's like, oh yeah, he did all this. Like, I'm about to say, bro, a finals MVP putting up, now if a finals MVP put up this shit in this era, oh my god, bro, that would actually be like disgusting. Oh no, this would actually be funny as fuck. This would actually be, you know what's crazy? What if Denver gets all the coverage after game 2? Oh no, chat. I feel like this is what's gonna happen. They're gonna talk about the Lakers in the finals. They're gonna be like, so what are the Lakers offseason moves? Yo, chat, that would be funny as hell, bro. That would be funny as hell if they actually did that, bro. I would actually be crying, bro, if they did that shit. Like, imagine like the Nuggets are about to win the NBA championship, and then like out of nowhere, just like Mike or like, they're just talking about the Lakers and like what they're gonna do next season. They're gonna talk about, oh, you see Giannis and stuff. Appreciate greatness. I appreciate the Miami Heat team because they're a good constructed team. I appreciate Spoelstra, one of the best coaches in NBA history. I appreciate the Miami role players, a bunch of guys that are able to step up, and a very great next man up mentality, because people give credit to the Memphis Grizzlies for being a great next man up like kind of team, but they never do it for Miami. And Miami has shown to get that credit. Oh, and also, this is the last thing I actually want to talk about before we head out. I forgot this shit, bro. Do y'all know what's crazy? Jimmy Butler was not better than Jason Tatum this series. I'll die on that hill, bro. I will die on that hill, like, definitively, bro. Because, like, here's the thing. If you... Like you want me to give Jimmy Butler credit? Fine. Fine. Good job of like hitting mid ranges. You actually were a good mid range shooter this series. I'll give Jimmy Butler credit in that regard. You were a good mid range shooter this series, and your off ball defense was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. Shout out to you in that regard. But that's it. But when it comes to Jimmy Butler and Jason Tatum, like, can we all be real? Jason Tatum, like, number one, Jason Tatum was by far the better scorer between both those two, facing harsher coverages, and also I think he was the better player. I just think Jason Tatum cleared Jimmy Butler as an offensive player this series, and in my opinion, he was a better defensive player this series. I felt like I saw a lot of stuff like that Jason Tatum did in this series that like was really effective, and that's why I like in terms of like his nail defense, in terms of his individual defense. And also, like, just like his defense in the paint was really good. And also, the biggest key thing, too, as much as people don't want to credit it, his rebounding. Because people like to get away from rebounding as like an aspect of defense. But Jason Tatum's rebounding was superb this series. Like Tatum top. You know what's the crazy part? I don't even have Tatum top 5. I actually don't. I think Jason Tatum's 6, 7, somewhere around there. And I feel like that's a solid rating. Because, like, honestly, think about this too. Like he had his regular season was inconsistent and up and down, and he did very good in the playoffs. Like in Oh no, Tatum is better than bro. Tatum is better than Butler this series, bro. I promise you, bro. Like I'm not moved by these single coverage buckets. This like ineffective playmaking. Because you know what's the crazy part too? It's not even like his shit was better. Like it's not even like Butler was like really like just creating all these like open opportunities. When really it was all like Bam D. Like it was really like the Bam DHO game that was really creating a bunch of opportunities for these Miami shooters, and also the fast break, of course. What's my top five? So I feel like whatever order, like for the top three, because I feel like these guys are definitively in the top three. Jokic, Curry, Giannis. I feel like those guys are in the top three, and anywhere from like 4 to like 7, it's like Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, and Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. When healthy, I'll throw LeBron in there, but is he healthy? Like, you know what I mean? So like I don't even know about LeBron. And yeah, I feel like so it's really just like Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. However you want to mix all of them, go ahead. I feel like that's like the solidified like, or I mean, I feel like Curry, Jokic, Giannis, they're the solidified numbers 1 through 3. Kevin Durant, yeah, Jokic is one. Jokic is one. Calm down. Oh yeah, I forgot about Kawhi, but the issue is this: it's because Kawhi, I don't know how to rank him because it's like he just doesn't have a playoff sense. Like he just isn't trustworthy come playoff time to just stay on the court. Because I'll say this, even though Embiid is hampered, he's at least on the court. Like while he's hampered, Kawhi's just not. Like he's just not there when he's there come playoff time. And like I've tried to give him bail consistently, like in 2021, last year, and this season, but it's like at what point do I just say, you know what, that's just like what he is, and he has to actually like just go through a whole playoff run in order to prove that he can stay on the court. So until Kawhi do that, like I get like I'll put like an NA on Kawhi, but if I actually had to rank it and like take into account like his injuries and all that kind of stuff, I'd put Kawhi at like 8. Like you would have to be low on him because like you just don't trust him come playoff time. Like actually think about it, chat. Like what would it no. Luka's in my top 10. He's just like he's more so like he's more so like in the 7 like to like 9 range. You know what I mean? Because it's just hard for Luke because Luka's second half of the season wasn't good. He didn't make the playoffs, so like that's another thing too. I can't really base it because I don't have a lot of playoff sample. Well, I don't have any playoff sample for Luka, so like I don't even know how to base it for Luka. So really, like it's hard in that regard, and also like dude, there are players that like have legitimately stepped up in their play postseason time, and it's really showed dividends. Like Jason Tatum has like stepped up in that regard. Anthony Davis until like the Western Conference Finals stepped up in that regard because we saw his defensive rise. It was scary. And then like even though LeBron was hampered, he still had a really good postseason. It just wasn't like this superb rise or like, you know, anything insane, but LeBron had a really sound postseason. But if I was to like just give a rough draft, I would say like the tier of like tier 1 is Jokic, Curry, Giannis, and then tier 2 it would be Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum. But Jason Tatum could be over Joel. Like it's really hard between those two at this point because of like what happened. So Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, Luka, Kawhi. Because also another thing too, even though Luka was horrible in his second half, he at least played because like Kawhi was having times where like he wasn't even on the court. But it's like Luka or you know, Kawhi, AD, LeBron, Luka. I know Luka's super low, and I'm probably just like overthinking it, but it's just hard, bro. Like, actually think about it. Like, formulating a top, like anybody out after like 4, or no, anybody after 3 is like hard. And also, I think I only named 9 names, so I don't even know who's number 10. Bro, I liked a lot of shit that I saw from D-Book. Like, D-Book genuinely made me like rise, or genuinely made me like think differently about him in his rankings. Like, I'm confused on like where to rank like D-Book in this top 10, but if I was to just give a rough draft, I would say Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum, AD, LeBron, Luka. That would be 9 right there. And then number 10, if you want to give it between like Jimmy Butler, Devin Booker, Devin Booker. People still want to cling on to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, shut up. Damian Lillard. People want to cling on to Damian Lillard. You could do all that, but with all that, like that top 10 is like whatever. But chat, but like just to wrap it up before like we head out. Shout out to the Miami Heat again for making it into the NBA Finals. Like I know, like I do trolling and agenda and stuff, but if I was to be serious, shout out to y'all for making it to the NBA Finals. An 8 seed, second time in NBA history, an 8 seed made it to the NBA Finals. So good shit in that regard. Y'all did a fantastic job as a defense all throughout in the playoffs. With like your suffocating way of like switch defense, and also your shooting. Although it's like in like just voodoo at this point, like it's dark magic, but it works. And your shooting has been spectacular all throughout the postseason. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the role players. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. Shout out to Bam. And shout out to the whole organization for being able to stick together, like, just consistently getting doubted all the damn time and actually like doing great and panning out and going to the promised land. You guys are 4 wins away from achieving something that like nobody even thought you guys would do, even in 2020, even in 2021, even last year and this year. You guys are 4 wins away. It could be right there. Like, let's see if y'all were able to do it. But even then, y'all overachieved as it is. And shout out to y'all. Y'all did a phenomenal job. And also, for what it's worth, shout out to the Boston Celtics for even making it to this point. Like, although there's like a bunch of like ups and downs, y'all still were able to persevere in certain regards and still be able to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, even from like just a lot of crazy shit happening. But with that in mind, that does it for this post game. Again, the Miami Heat are in the NBA Finals, and they're gonna go against the Denver Nuggets. I'm pretty sure they go. When do they play? I don't know, but they will. And game 1 will be at that time. But also another thing too, before we go, our podcast is actually tomorrow. We're gonna do it tomorrow at like 4:30 Central Time, I think. They're always late, so like like we don't I don't know when it happens, but whenever it does, like our podcast will be tomorrow. We'll discuss it more with like the whole panel there. But honestly, thank you guys for showing up to the post game. I really do appreciate it. Give a or subscribe to the Off the Grid YouTube channel, like this video, share like our platform to everybody, and hopefully like we get huge one day. But thank y'all for showing up, and shout out to chat, bro. Y'all were really engaged like today, and it was really fun. Shout out to y'all. But that does it. Have a good night.